everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for 5k. I'm so grateful for that, and I was so happy when I woke up and saw that we hit 5k. Such a milestone for me, and yeah, I'm just so happy and also very motivated now to keep going and just post more videos since you guys seem to like them. Yeah, so I thought about what I could do as a 5k special, and a Q&A came to my mind. But the thing is, I wasn't really sure if you would actually enjoy watching that, because I'm someone, I don't really watch a lot of Q&As, to be honest. I usually don't find them very interesting, but then you guys seem to really like this idea, and I thought, okay, why not? I asked you some questions on Instagram and YouTube, and you guys sent me so many cool questions. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot answer all of them, but I might do a second part sometime. And I picked, like, I don't know, maybe 15 questions so that the video is not too long. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I wrote the questions down in my notebook, so if I'm looking down, you know why. And the first question is, what are your parents' backgrounds? So my mother is from Germany. She grew up in, not in Berlin, but in a more the countryside. And my father is from Ghana, and I actually have been there one time when I was a kid. I was probably 8, and I've been there with my dad for, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, and really enjoyed getting to know my family. Next question. Where did you first see vintage fashion and thought, oh, that's the look for me? And also, what is the first old classic movie you first saw? So I put that together because it basically I have the same answer for both of them. So I first watched the 1962 version of Lolita by Stanley Kubrick. Back in 2015, so when I was only 14, and I was like shook. I was instantly in love. I don't know, I think I saw this probably on Instagram, and I was like, oh, let's watch it. I was sick. I remember I was sick. I was home from school, laying in bed, and I decided to watch Lolita, which is the black and white movie from the 60s, and I fell in love with the fashion. I was just fascinated with the whole story, etc. But I think that was like the first black and white movie that I watched like on my own, because I am sure that I watched some old movies before. For example, I was in love with Mary Poppins, still one of my favorite movies. But the first movie that I decided to like actively watch when I was a teen was Lolita, and that's also when I got interested in vintage fashion. How long did it take to collect your wardrobe? Well, so after I watched Lolita, I began to go to like thrift shops, secondhand shops more and more, and build like my wardrobe, but it wasn't like, I wasn't super into the like authentic vintage look. I was just buying everything vintage that I liked, from basically every era. So yeah, that's when I began to collect vintage things. But the time I got into the 1940s was probably right after I got to know David. So that has to be at the beginning of 2019. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, for around 2 years now, I'm collecting like 1930s and 40s things. Yeah, and before that I was owning a few like 50s, 60s, 70s things. But it wasn't until like I really got into the whole 1930s, 1940s aesthetic when I met David, when I really started to collect more vintage and be more on Etsy and eBay, and yeah. So I would say for around 2 years now. Is there anything about the 1930s, 1940s that you dislike when it comes to fashion? I know, it's such a hard question to answer. The only thing that comes in mind that I wouldn't say I dislike, but I would probably not wear it because I couldn't pull it off and it's not 100% my style, would be some very over-the-top hats. There are some hats that have like a similar shape to them that I'm not too much into. I'm not really drawn to them, even though they look good on certain people, so I wouldn't say I dislike them. I just don't like them on myself, and I probably wouldn't go for them. Because I would always prefer like a simple beret or like a simple black hat that I'm, for example, wearing today over these over-the-top hats. But some people can really pull them off. They're just not for me. But I will put some pictures here so that you can see what kind of hats I'm talking about. I don't really know the name, but those remind me of like riding costumes from, I don't know, the 1900s maybe? I have no idea. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that I can think of. Of course, there are some things that I wouldn't pick out for myself because they're not flattering on my body type, but yeah, I think I will go with the hats. Do you wear vintage every day, or do you sometimes simply wear blue jeans and sneakers? Actually, I feel kind of exposed. No, I do wear vintage and secondhand things on a daily basis, just because I don't really have anything else at this point. Like, that's the whole magic behind it. When you want to wear like only vintage things, only own vintage things, you know? I definitely have some more everyday pieces in my wardrobe that I can wear also when I'm maybe, I don't know, I'm doing lots of babysitting at the moment. So when I'm, for example, going to the playground, I am definitely not wearing some 1940s outfit, baby. Nope. I am mostly wearing some reproduction trousers or jeans, mostly by Vivienne of Holloway or Fragrance of Pine Wood. And then I'm probably just wearing either a reproduction blouse or maybe like a striped tee, and then like one 1950s thick cardigan or something. So yeah, and I also don't do my hair on these days. I probably only wear like a bun or something. And then I actually own one pair of white sneakers. They're just cats, but with a platform, a bit of a platform, not too high, but maybe this height. And those I love. I can just wear that. These are my comfy shoes that I wear when I don't want to be uncomfortable or I don't want to look too chic. You can definitely see me out and about in a pair of jeans and like just a simple tee, but they always have a vintage vibe or are by reproduction brands. So I don't own any like, I don't know, modern skinny jeans, for instance. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. So the next question is, what are you studying? So for those who don't know, I'm actually beginning university on the 4th of October this year. So in 1 week, probably when you're watching this. And I'm so excited. So basically I am studying movie editing, if that's what it's called in English, I don't know. So yeah, it's at a film university. And yeah, I'm super excited to start it, and also a bit like scared, not scared, but like because there will be lots of new people, a whole new like schedule, and yeah, it's just a whole new chapter in my life, and I'm super excited to see if I actually end up liking it, or yeah, who I might meet and what my experiences will be. And of course, I'm also excited to pull off a few more college-inspired 1940s looks. That would be so fun. I'm even thinking about doing like a lookbook, like college fashion lookbook or something. I don't know. That just crossed my mind. Okay, so this person asked anything about being black in Germany. So yeah, actually, of course, I've been living here my whole life, so I have lots of stories and knowledge and stuff. So I was actually thinking about doing a whole video on like my experiences in Germany with racism and just being black in general. So if you're interested in that, please leave me a comment. I know that this is not my usual content, but I still think it is super important. And being black in Europe especially is something that is not talked about a lot. Like, you know all different things about being black in America, but being black in Europe is a whole nother thing. And I'm actually reading this book called Afropean. I don't know who's the author, but yeah, I'm totally into that right now, and it's so interesting. And yeah, it's just something that's not talked about that much. So if you're interested in a video of me talking about racism and being black in Germany and in Europe, then please, please, please leave me a comment. I would love to do that, but I want some people to be interested in that because, yeah, I want to do this for a reason, you know. Where did you learn to dance so well? So I started swing dancing when I was 15, and me and my best friend just went to different classes and like courses. But I've actually always loved to dance. I danced ballet when I was 5. Then I danced flamenco later on, then swing dancing. I'm also doing tap dancing for almost 2 years now. So I'm just a dancer. I love to dance, it brings me joy. But something I feel like that is really underrated is that me and my best friend, we did not only learn steps and everything from classes that we went to, but we also watched lots of YouTube, either tutorials or just old clips from the past, like swing dance clips or tap dance videos from the 20s to 40s, because we really like this authentic feel to it. And today the kind of Lindy Hop that is teach is not the kind of style that we particularly like. In our opinion, it really changed and is not that authentic to what it was back then, which is fine, but it's just not our style. So to learn more about the past steps and styles, we actually watch a lot of old videos on YouTube. So the next question is, if you didn't dress vintage, what else would be your style? And actually, I never thought about that. What style would I be drawn to? So the thing is, once you go vintage, I think it's hard to get back to fast fashion, just because you admire and you get like a real feeling for old fabrics and just high quality things that were made with love, and you can just not find that at all in fast fashion brands. So I probably wouldn't go back to like real fast fashion, but if I wouldn't dress vintage, I would probably have like a thrifted style kind of still, or a vintage inspired style probably. So lots of YouTubers I notice in New York that I am watching that have this like whole, I don't know what to call it, it's more like alternative but still vintage inspired style. Some examples for that are probably Where I Live, then Sammy Quinn. I was obsessed with Sammy Quinn like a few years ago, when she had this whole New York like chic, fancy, vintage inspired aesthetic. And La Madeline, I think her name is, like their style, which is more sustainable, thrifted, secondhand probably. That would probably be my style. Yeah, but I wouldn't go back to fast fashion, I don't think so. Do you wear false eyelashes, or is it only mascara? Because your lashes are so long and beautiful. Thank you. So no, I don't wear false eyelashes, but I do have eyelash extensions. And I've been having them for, I think, a year now, and I'm still super into them. I think they're a great solution because I don't have to use mascara anymore. You always look good even though you do not have any makeup on, and lashes for me are super important because it just really gives the face a whole different look. So yeah, but I don't have like really thick extensions, as you can probably see. They still look very natural, which was very important to me. So yeah, you can definitely achieve a very natural look with lash extensions, but you have to be careful because I know that for some people their lashes fell out after using lash extensions. So yeah, you have to see if it's for you, but for me personally they really work, and I would probably do them for many more months or maybe years. Yeah. Would you ever consider trying vintage hairstyles on your natural unstraightened hair? I would love to start wearing vintage updos, but heat damage scares the heck out of me. Well, let me tell you that I've been natural now for, I think, 2 months or maybe 2.5 months now, because yes, your girl got some heat damage. I mean, what was I thinking? I was basically straightening my hair once or twice a week, and yeah, doing vintage hairstyles, I thought you had to straighten your hair because I really loved the results. But after a time, my hair, yeah, I noticed a change in my hair, and they feel different, they look different, and I hate it, so I stopped right there. I am so lucky that I like noticed it at a stage where it was damaged, but not too much. Like, I've watched some videos on YouTube with people with serious heat damage, and I'm glad that my hair does not look like that, but I definitely need to change something. So I stopped using heat, and yeah, I will definitely do a video on that and show you either one or some more hairstyles that you can do on natural hair. I'm actually having, like, this is my natural hair that I use for this hairstyle, and it's a pretty authentic 1940s look, so there are definitely ways that you can achieve it without straightening your hair, and that's on my list. So yes, I will do that in the future, and please be careful with heat damage. It's not fun, let me tell you that. So yeah. Are you influenced in your filmmaking by vintage movies, and if so, how does that show? If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen some of my vacation videos that I did with David. I think I have like 4 up, and then also some other videos that I filmed in that particular style, which is kind of like the home movies of the 30s to 50s, 60s, 70s, and that's probably where I get influence from the past. I love to do these kind of home movies and videos, and I've watched lots of them on YouTube, and yeah, it's just, there's a certain style, and I try to adapt that and put that into my videos, where it's like shaking. They did have certain expressions that I feel like nowadays people wouldn't have in their videos. So yeah, I'm always studying these old movies or clips and seeing, okay, that's maybe how they would do it, that's how they would wave, you know, that's how they would walk, that's a way they would hold the camera. And then, for example, in the 60s and 70s, this like whole zoom thing began to be a thing. So yes, I do use some influence from old, especially home videos, or that one video that I did a few months back, the short film that I did on my channel that I will link up there somewhere. That was definitely inspired by some educational videos from the 1940s. So yes, I would say I'm definitely influenced by the past and everything I do. So filmmaking is definitely a part of that, and I am very excited to like go further with that. And like, I think one of my biggest dreams would be to really shoot like a whole movie or a short film, but totally authentic looking, to like a old Hollywood 1930s, 1940s movie, because I feel like no one ever did that before. I mean, there's The Artist, I think it's called, which is pretty authentic, but I think it's more in the 20s. But I'm really talking about old Hollywood glamour. The lighting, the colors, the filter or the camera, the grain, the outfits, the way they speak, everything. That's probably one of my goals. Yeah, that would be so fun. What are your favorite repro shoe brands? So I think my all-time favorite reproduction brand would be Remix Vintage. Yeah, they're just, first of all, very authentic. They have lots of great styles and lots of colors. They come in different sizes, and also they're super comfortable, and they really use very buttery, soft leather, which is important because I have the most sensitive feet. I also really like memory shoes. They do have some totally different styles than Remix, so yeah, it's nice to mix and see what kind of styles that you would like. But again, great quality, great company owner, Mette, she's super nice, and I also did some collaborations with her in the past, and her shoes are really top tier. They're so comfortable, they're authentic looking, and yeah, just very good, beautiful shoes. So I think those would be my all-time favorite reproduction shoe brands. Who's your favorite movie director? That's easy because it is Wes Anderson. I'm a Wes Anderson baby. I love every movie of him, and yeah, I'm actually so excited for the next one. I don't know if it's out already, I don't think so, but it looked super good. So yeah. My cat is meowing. The last question is, how did you come to be in a music video of an Israeli band, also hi from Israel? Hi! So yeah, if you did not know, David and me, we were in a music video, I think back in like February or something, or maybe not that far, but many months back. I can also put that up there somewhere so that you can watch it. And yeah, they actually just texted us on Instagram and were like, we love your style, would you be interested in being like the protagonist of our next music video? And then we were like interested in that because we really liked like the whole vibe. And we had this like Skype call, they called us and we were just like introducing ourselves, and it was so nice. His girlfriend is also like a pin-up vintage influencer, so yeah, she was there as well, and super nice. And then yeah, we decided to do it. They're actually in Israel, and we shot the music video in Berlin because they had like a friend of them who was super into like Super 8 cameras, so we shot everything on a real Super 8 camera. And we did that like one very foggy, cold winter morning on a cemetery actually in Berlin. But we think it's really nice. It's a cover actually of a song. And yeah, I just love the whole interpretation. It was fun to shoot, and yeah, you should definitely check it out. Again, I will leave that up there. That's already the end of the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know if you want to see another video of me talking a bit more about my experiences of being Black in Germany and Europe. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and thanks to everyone who watches my videos. That really means a lot to me. And yeah, again, thank you very much for 5K. I am so motivated now to do more videos, and I hope that I won't be too busy with university. I hope I can squeeze that in somewhere, because yeah, I would love this channel to grow more and people to connect more on here. So yeah, if you want to see more of me and more photos that I don't post on Instagram, more style inspiration, any additional videos that I don't post on here, or even if you want me to style you or help you with a certain with a certain clothing item that you don't know how to style it, then definitely check out my Patreon, where I offer many different things. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Just come over on the sunny side. You'll be welcome on the sunny side. Every gentleman and lady, if you're living where it's shady, come over on the sunny side.